What's good, everyone? It's your boy Natsu with another video for the channel. Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone, and tonight I got a special guest on, making another appearance on the Washington Football Weekly live stream is Tone from Protech Sports Network. Protech Sports Network on their way to 2,000 subs. He's a big-time YouTuber in this Washington Football Team podcast community. One of the first people that I met in this community, and is a true, authentic person. And Tony, could you reintroduce yourself to the people out there who might not already know who you are or your content? And yeah, we'll get started after that.
Man, what's good, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tom for the Protech Sports Network. Back with another collaboration. Shout out to Natty for having me on. I very appreciate it. And also, before I introduce myself, I want to congratulate Natty, Evan, and Noah and the gang and the doula for 1,000 subscribers. They were kind of stuck at one point. They want to go ahead and rebrand the channel, and now they're at 1K and they're growing. I'm very impressed with all these guys with their knowledge of the game and knowledge of their respective sport that they cover. Shout out to you guys, man. Y'all grinding. I'm proud of y'all, man, and I'm very, very impressed with y'all done with rebranding the channel and everything like that. But yeah, I want to introduce myself now. So I want to shout y'all out, man. Y'all been grinding.
Appreciate that, bro.
For real. Yeah, I'm Tony from Protech Sports Network. I've been doing YouTube about 2 years now. I do all the NFL, but I do specify with our Washington Football Team. I do reviews of every week. So SOTWFT stands for State of the Washington Football Team. I do that every single week after a game. I was doing play-by-plays, but I'm going to let Tim for the Tim Sports Talk handle that. I would do play-by-plays
especially with this team, like how frustrating it is.
Oh my gosh! And then but Tim's jump's been jumping like Jordan. Oh my gosh! I went to the Falcons stream. He was like had 800 people in the chat. It was just insanity. But he had like Louis T numbers. It was like crazy, bro. It was insanity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let Tim handle that. But for playoff games and things like that, I will be doing play-by-plays for all the postseason games and every primetime game starting probably week 8. Right now, I'm kind of trying to get myself together and everything like that. So I would, and also I do every Wednesday at 8:00. I do NFL Rundown, where we run down on the National Football League and we talk about certain topics that happened the previous week, and y'all see how I deal with my picks and things of that nature, and I pick the next week's games. So I do a lot of stuff on the channel, man. So live segments and things of that nature. I'm starting a new segment tomorrow too. So go check out the channel if you are new to Natty and DMV Sports Zone. Come pull up, come check me out, and I very appreciate y'all did.
For sure. And he didn't mention this, but Tone's super entertaining as well when he gives his take. So that's another thing. Another thing that will should get you guys over to his channel. But I want to shout out some of the people who are already in the chat. DB, Patrick West, Josh Kirby, another great podcaster in this community out there.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Josh?
For joining. But
what up, Josh?
First and foremost, of course, you know what I'm gonna ask you about, bro. Like the first question. Sean Taylor's jersey retirement announcement was made today, 3 days before the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Or I should say the Kansas City NFL team. I'm gonna take that from Corey, right? But what are your thoughts on the announcement today? And do you think the organization screwed up? Like another content creator on this channel, Abdullah, basically posted a video earlier today giving his take. But do you agree with him? Do you think that the organization screwed up?
I think they botched it. Honestly, they dropped the ball big time. And there's a lot of blame to go around. First off, the timing of it. It's like we saw the whole controversy with the the emails of John Gruden and things like that, and now the focus has shifted from John Gruden back to the Washington Football Team. They're not trying to release the emails. They're not trying to do this. There's all this controversy and all this bull crap. If it now is, hey, we're retiring Sean Taylor's number. Come on, bro. You could announce this week 1. You could announce this week 2. Week 3, for goodness sakes. Like, you waited 3 days before the football game to do this, to announce it. That just sounds so fishy to me, bro. And I know you brought this up to me before the stream that they talked to the family and everything like that weeks prior. But I still find it weird that they announced it now. Like, I find it extremely weird. controversy going on, and now you want to announce it, try to sweep all the crap under the rug. You can't sweep enough under the rug with this community. Y'all know who we are. We have too many content creators, too many brand ambassadors, too many people that love this team. You just sweep under the rug and think you're going to retire Sean Taylor's number on Sunday and think everything is gravy. No, heck no. They lost the everlasting goddamn mind. I won't say another word, but I can't say that. I respect Natty's channel too much. They lost their daggone mind. They foolishness. Oh, they make me angry.
Yeah.
I want to choke their snotter. You swear, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. I can't do this. Okay. I can't do this. I'm pissed off, man. For real.
Okay. So this take, bear with me, guys. This take is a little bit nuanced, but I'm gonna distinguish a couple of things. Well, one, like Tony and I, we agree on a lot of things when it comes to Dan Snyder, right? In terms of how he's messed up this organization. I mean, Washington Football Team News, Washington Football Team on the daily on Instagram posted an interesting chart that basically showed fan attendance since 2006 and 2007 going precipitously down under Dan Snyder's tenure, and of course with all the losing seasons that Washington Football Team, then the Washington Redskins were accumulating and stuff. I get it. I don't like Dan Snyder. I think he should sell the team. I agree with Abdullah, who made that video. But this is where I disagree with a lot of people. I don't think he's necessarily at fault for this situation specifically. Okay. They, like we talked about before we got on camera, they let the family of Sean Taylor know months ahead of time. They let a lot of alumni know months ahead of time. Maybe not all of them, which, okay, you can blame them. But they let most of them know, enough of them know, to come over on Sunday. The thing is, though, the problem that I especially have with this announcement is what you just said. 3 days. 3 days. You're promoting it 3 days. You're not giving longtime fans enough time to get tickets together to come to the game. Because if you told fans that this upcoming game was the game where Sean Taylor's jersey was going to be retired, only the third jersey in Washington franchise history to be retired, fans would show up. You let them know 3 days before the game. And a game that's likely to also be a blowout. I don't think enough people are talking about that as well. Why would you want to have a jersey retirement?
And it's not a homecoming game either. It's just like, it doesn't make sense.
Why not?
And one more thing. That pissed me off by the situation. Right?
Yeah.
And Louis T brought this up. I want to bring this up because I really want to kind of etch this out there. Louis T brought this up in this video. He said, well, the last two, the worst attending two games that we've had when it comes to fans was 2009 versus the Chiefs and 2013 versus the Chiefs, where both of those games ended in disgusting losses for the Washington Football Team. And also, they were the worst attended games. They were both ghost town games. Chiefs fans don't come to D.C. Chiefs fans don't go nowhere but freaking Missouri. We know how this goes.
Yeah.
So, in Kansas. So, my thing is this. You announce this now to increase your attendance. Is that what we're doing? Why didn't you put this out here? Like,
I don't think they're doing it to increase attendance, though. If they would, if they wanted to do it to increase attendance, they would have let us know months ahead of time, if not weeks, right? Also, I think something that's being discussed, the franchise, when it comes to this announcement, right? Let's say they planned it months ahead of time, the retirement, the jersey retirement ceremony, right? They planned it months ahead of time. They let people know. They let the family know of Sean Taylor. They let the alumni know. They were, supposed to ultimately have it this Sunday, right? Let's say all that is true. They were in a no-win situation, right? They already had all the reports coming out early this week, right? With the with all the emails being
they were in a lose situation.
Yeah, they were in a no-win situation, if we're gonna be honest, right? Even Jason Wright, my Chicago brethren, basically said that they were, or well, he didn't say, but there were reports out there that they knew they could not be tone deaf in this moment and could not release this announcement on Monday and Tuesday, right? At the heat of the moment when it comes to all the allegations that were coming to light with John Gruden stepping down, all that stuff, right?
Sure.
DB, I did not say that Dan Snyder is not at fault for the sexual harassment allegations, for the hush money. He's definitely at fault. He's at fault for everything that you've heard over the last couple months, except this announcement coming 3 days, 4 days before the game. That's the only thing I don't think it's him.
I'm following everyone.
More so,
I'm not following just Dan though. I'm following everyone for that, including Jason. Exactly. I'm following everyone for that.
Exactly. It's
because
not
at the end of the day, like the owner, if you knew you were going to do this, first of all, why the heck you pick the Chiefs game? Let's start with that. Why the heck would you pick a home game versus Patrick Mahomes, knowing you about to get destroyed, obliterated, demolished, vaporized off the face of this earth against the Chiefs? They're gonna put a 50 on our skull. I'm telling you, I know right now. I know this ain't a football talk. They put a 50 on our head. So I want to let y'all know that. Why would you pick that game? You know we have a homecoming game that we have every single year. Pick that. All the alumni show up anyway. Pick that week, for goodness sake. And for real, and I understand that they did it months ahead of time. But if I was a Washington football team, honestly, and I got this from Tim, shout out to Tim. Mm-hmm. I would put a pause on it. I said, look, this ain't a good time right now. We got too much controversy in the organization. It's not the right time. Look, home opener next year, we're retiring it, alumni be here. And that gives all the fans 6, 7, 8, 9 months ahead, almost a year ahead of time to go ahead and, all right, look, we're going to get tickets for this game. You'll pack the whole daggone thing out. It's the fourth of the fans are going to be there Sunday. It's the Chiefs. No Chiefs fans come to D.C. And everyone's mad because we stink. No one's coming this Sunday. Put a hold on it. And new name, new quarterback, probably new coordinator. It'll be a brand new slate, and everyone will be much more invigorized to go to the game. But now, no one want to come to this. It's the Chiefs. It's a blog. Who that? I'm not paying $200 for that. Would you?
No.
Okay. That's all I want to say. Trash. Just bad moves. Period. It's just bad. Like I'd have holded it for real. I just think I'm smart.
No, I agree with you. I think at this point they should definitely move it to another week. They won't though, because now we're 2.5 days before the game. And you already told the family, you already told some of the alumni and stuff. I again like to clarify what I was saying earlier. Okay, Dan Snyder again is at fault for 99% of what's happened over the last couple months when it pertains to the Washington football team. When it comes to the Sean Taylor announcement, I think I'll give into what you're saying, Tone. I think it is a full, failure, right? When it comes to the Washington football team, you can include Jason Wright. I hate to say it. You can include Jason Wright. You can include everybody in that front office right now. My problem is that you just did not let the fans know way ahead of time. That's my issue with this whole situation. It's not necessarily what people were saying on social media, like, oh, they're trying to make this Sean Taylor retirement jersey ceremony thing happen this specific week because of everything that happened this specific week. No, they had this planned months ahead of time. The problem that a lot of fans need to realize with this whole situation, once again, is the fact that they did not let fans know way ahead of time for a guy who's one of, if not the best players in franchise history, right? Like, I think that's the issue here. I don't think the issue is them planning the ceremony. They planned it months ahead of time, so you can't really blame the organization. Did they know that these emails were going to be posted earlier this week, like months ahead of time? I don't think so. They knew it was going to happen eventually, but they didn't know it was going to happen earlier this week, right? So I personally don't think you can blame Dan Snyder for this particular instance of the ceremony being during this week. Okay, against the Chiefs, yes, because you knew that going to the season were going to be insane, right? They're going to be good. But when it comes to this week, because of everything that happened earlier in the week, I don't think you can blame the organization for that.
But I will say this though. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say all of this is true. They plan months ahead of time. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you know you had this controversy on your head, you knew what's going to be said in the media.
But you thought it was
you knew the smoke that was going to come your way.
If you're looking at it from the organization perspective, you also knew before the season even started, you thought that this was all going to be done with, right? A lot of fans thought that it was all going to be done with. When it comes to like everything being put to light and stuff, and like nobody thought John Gruden was going to get fired / resign / whatever you want to call it this year. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're the organization, you're trying to start anew. I hate that I'm defending the organization. I do not want to defend the organization in this moment. They are indefensible on 99% of things, bro. Like it's that bad. It's that bad. It's that bad to be a fan of this team. But I'm talking about this particular instance of having the ceremony be this Sunday.
Dang.
You can blame them for it being against the Chiefs and not it being against the Cowboys, right? You can blame it for this specific game, but this time, this moment, I don't think you can blame them for that. They did not have the foresight to know that, oh, this Monday, this Tuesday is when all the emails are going to be put out. Bruce Allen and John Gruden are going to be caught in hot water. They did not know that was going to happen early this week. So if you're planning an event months ahead of time, why is it your fault? Huh?
I agree with all that, but that's why you move the freaking ceremony. Because now all the smoke is coming your way. Now people are stating, "Man, God rest Chancellor." So they're using a dead man to
That's the part I do not understand. They planned this months ahead of time.
But that was never stated. That was never stated, though, Natty. The organization never stated this.
Jason Wright did.
When did he state this?
On his on his tweet that he sent out. He basically was like, he didn't say word for word, but implicitly he said that, yes, we planned this for a while ago, and like now it's just, we planned this a while ago. It's essentially the message that was put out by the organization. Like, you
sure they ain't planning for homecoming week and they pushed it up?
No, I'm very sure.
This is Dan Snyder we're talking about, Natty. This is Dan Snyder.
You also have to remember, bro. You also have to remember that it's not just the organization saying, you know what, we're gonna have the ceremony, and like we don't care if the family's there. They have to get agreement from the family to show up. They have to get the agreement from at least some alumni to show up. I think the problem with the situation, once again, this is like the fourth time that I'm repeating myself, is that you did not let fans know way ahead of time that you were having a ceremony. They let fans know way ahead of time, even when we didn't have fans in stadiums last year with Bobby Mitchell's ceremony, right? They let like the whole world pretty much know way ahead of time before that was going to happen. I think it was in June or July of 2020, fishy? 3 or 4 months before, huh?
Don't you think it's a little fishy? I'm just saying they let everyone in the world know about Bobby Mitchell's. Like you said, I agree with that. And let everyone in the know, hey, Bobby Mitchell's getting his number retired.
Was the organization in a better place back then than it is now? I don't think so. I think it was in a worse place. I don't think that's the point that's being talked about or no. Like, oh, they did this with Bobby Mitchell. They're doing this with Sean Taylor. That shows that this situation is more fishy than the last situation because of everything that's going on. It was a worse situation back then with all the sexual harassment allegations being posted. The Washington Post, it seemed like every single week you had the name change discussion, the name change removal. You had all this happening. So I don't think.
Yeah, we had a lot more controversy when Bobby Mitchell had his number.
Yeah,
we had a lot more. I agree with that. I can. You won this argument. You got it. I ain't say no more. You got it.
Like I'm just talking to everybody in the chat who thinks that, you know what, I'm defending. I do not defend this organization whatsoever. Like, I'm authentic with every single one of my points. This is another point that I'm authentic with. Like, you cannot blame planning an event months ahead of time and having that event. What you can blame the organization for is not promoting that event to the millions of fans that potentially, you know, are interested in, not millions, thousands of fans that are interested in going to the game and stuff because of the fact that you're retiring his jersey.
Watching the darn game. Shoot, people not even watching games no more with his outfit looks.
Yeah,
so
but they
let them know ahead of time.
Let me tell you this. Something. Okay, let me give you this. I agree with you that this is fishy. They're having the ceremony before the game instead of during halftime. That's fishy. That's fishy to me because I know it's about to be a blowout by the time halftime comes around. Oh, you did not know that?
Wow, it's no. Stop what
they're having it before the game instead of during halftime. That's the one thing I didn't even know.
Bro, they botched this whole situation. They should
have had change that around. They can't change the date though. That's the thing.
They the homecoming game. They should have. I don't know why they did, bro. Yeah. Why they just do it the homecoming game? It makes perfect sense. The alumni is going to already be there. The only people you have to notify at that point is the family. It's two birds with one stone. Makes a lot more sense to me. Like what? And the homecoming game was a winnable game.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you on everything you were saying. What I'm trying to tell people out there is that this organization deserves a lot of blame for everything. Like all the blame for everything. What I don't think they deserve blame for is having an event that was planned. In my opinion, it's probably going to be put to light a little bit more with the Mr. President briefing from Jason Wright that's about to come out and all that. But if you cannot blame the organization for having an event planned months ahead of time, and then for hosting that event, right? Okay, no, not hosting, for having that event during this crazy week that you can't just change things around. Like, I understand this organization $1 billion, but you have an agreement with the family, right? The family of Sean Taylor, with members of the alumni. Yeah,
but don't you think it's a little suspicious, and they chose the game where they think they're gonna have the least amount of attendance? I'm just saying. It's like, to me, it feels like
I'm not telling you
the two least attended games were
right.
Those two games. The last time I played the Chiefs at home, like that, it just seems fishy to me. Why ain't pick the homecoming week,
bro?
Won't you pick the home opener?
Listen,
that makes more sense.
I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. But again, my point is, if we couldn't do anything about it, right? And they already decided, you know what, we're doing the Chiefs game again. I don't understand why, but they decided we're doing the Chiefs game. We're gonna have this ceremony.
I get.
We're gonna have this ceremony, right? Like, I don't understand the people out there who are saying, oh, they're using Sean Taylor's name to help them through this week, this whole situation. First of all, if that was the case, they would have announced this jersey retirement earlier in the week, when it was the heat of like everything that was going on, if we're gonna be honest, right? Like, I don't understand that. That's the argument. Let me this is the last time I'm gonna repeat myself. That's the point right there. I do not agree with. Out of everything that's been thrown out, right, which I agree with, the point that they're using Sean Taylor's name to get them out of this situation this week, as if they didn't plan the event.
They planned it months ahead of time. I can agree with that too.
People think they planned it last week or last weekend. Like, that's the issue that I'm trying to grasp with this fan base. That I'm trying.
You gotta tell
Tim
that
people who are watching out there,
meanest
thinking I'm crazy right now.
On his
that's
video.
the point that I'm trying to specifically.
You need to tell Tim that. Then I think you did tell Tim that ASAP. You watched his video?
Yes, I watched. I did not watch all of it, but I did watch a good part of it. Yes, yeah.
He was pissed, and
I'm
still pissed off. But I will have a lot more context now that I know it was planned ahead of time. It was planned months in advance.
You can look at his tweet. You can look at Jason Wright's tweet. You can look at the what they posted on their website as well.
Yeah. And okay, I'll look at everything, because I want to make sure it's not cap. Because sometimes tweets say, "Hey, we did this," and you look at hold up, did y'all really do that? That's a compulsive liar. You might told that if I told Jason Wright to compulsively lie. That's Dan. Yeah. But I think Jason Wright's telling the truth. I think he planned ahead of time. I think they picked the wrong game. Also, you just gotta think like,
you gotta think like with the family, with all these, with the alumni that are gonna come, would they agree if it was a last minute request to be there at the ceremony? Probably. I don't think so. You gotta think common sense as well. Like, I know you can't trust the organization with what they said, but you also gotta think like, come on, like some of this has to be true. Like, at the end of the day, some of it, just like the harassment allegations have to be true. The number, right, and like the details that have been put out over the last year plus now. But again, like, yeah, guys.
I want to show this team.
But so you understand that I agree with you, Tone, on like literally everything when it comes to this whole situation, except for the fact that they're using as if like people think out there, especially national media people who are not really familiar with this organization outside of all the headlines and stuff, think that like, oh, this team specifically planned this event like Sunday of this week, right? Because they knew all these emails were going to be put out. And you know what? We're going to use Sean Taylor's name to get us through the situation. Like,
if Jason Wright didn't say he planned ahead of time, I would not be surprised that happened. I swear to God.
Look at this tweet. You can look at his tweet, but I would say even more so look at the website, the Watch Football Team website. When they posted the original announcement over retiring Sean Taylor's number, I think it was linked to a page. So, and it was on their website. So that's per reports. They planned this like months ahead of time. Although they did not let every alumni know, which is a problem. Again, like, there are many problems. There's levels of problems with this situation. But I just think one of those problems is not necessarily, you know what, we have these emails that are going to come out. We know these emails are going to come out. That's conspiracy theory talk, in my opinion. We know these emails are going to come out this Monday, this Tuesday. You know what? We're going to plan Sean Taylor's ceremony for that following Sunday. That's just like, come on, guys. Do you think the organization has the foresight to do that? Like,
I will say this.
Yeah.
I still think Dan Snyder's a moron for one reason.
Oh, he's a moron for a lot of reasons.
But for this specific situation, just this specific scenario, you pick the game where you know the least amount of fans are going to attend the game.
Yeah.
You did it to me, in my opinion, my honest opinion.
Yeah.
You use this man's name to sell tickets. Ahead of time, though. You did it once.
Okay, that's a fair point. I'm talking about this situation this week.
You knew me a ghost town in that darn stadium.
Bro, I agree with you. I agree with you. The organization, bro, I agree with you. I don't agree with the point that they're trying to sell, they're trying to use his name to sell tickets because of what happened this week. Because of what happened this week. That's the point that I'm trying to say.
I agree with that too.
Of course,
me and you would agree with that.
He's going to sell tickets, right?
That's fine.
I mean, that's what organizations do at the end of the day, especially this one. But when it comes to trying to get his name to give him a positive image, knowing that this Monday, this Tuesday, no. Like I don't agree. I don't agree. I'm sorry, I just don't agree. But man, we spent 26 minutes talking about that issue. Adam Gruden. Yeah, I mean, yes, disrespectful to Taylor. I agree. The 3 days thing is my biggest problem. That is absolutely inexplicable. 3 days, bro. 3 days. You cannot let the fans know months ahead of time? Like, are you kidding me? For a guy who's literally arguably the best player in franchise history, I would put him like maybe 2 or 3 behind Daryl Green for sure. You could put anybody else after that, but like that's inexplicable.
Monk's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I know. Art Monk, Daryl Green. Okay. No, I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying Art Monk. Daryl Green, in my opinion, is undisputed.
Oh yeah, he's the best player.
I think he's undisputed number one.
Man, I'm saying the name today. He's the best Redskin of all time. Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like Kobe. It's like Kobe to the Lakers. Honestly, like when it comes to like, I'm not talking about championships and all that. I'm talking about in terms of tenure. No. 20 years.
I was thinking like if the Lakers botched a situation like that with Kobe, what we did with Sean Taylor. That's what I was thinking.
No. They would never do that because they're an actual functional organization, unlike this.
Yeah. Agree.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you just put that thought into everybody's mind, man. If that, bro, that would be riots in the streets, bro. But
country return to anarchy.
Yeah, but man, they again, like I agree. Everybody in the chat, I agree. They did Sean Taylor wrong. 3 days, letting people know. Chiefs game, inexplicable. Another thing, like Tony, you brought this up first. Like, why the Kansas City Chiefs? Why not? And a couple of people said this on social media. Why not it being the game against the Cowboys or against an NFC East rival or something like that? You know, like the place to be packing with our fans and stuff.
Season opener.
Game of the season. If you're worried about fan attendance, why not it be the first game of the season after the NFC East division crown last year? That would have made more sense, right? Against the Chargers, like the buses, Genie Bus, I think, is the owner right now. But speaking of Lakers, Redskins, they have ties, by the way. I think Jack can't cook, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere along the ownership of both franchises, they have like strong ties. So that's why you see a lot of like Washington and Lakers fans like out there. I don't know if you know that, Tone.
I know that. I know that as well.
Yeah, they have like
a lot of Lakers fans, or even Dallas fans or Washington fans. I just find it super weird.
Dallas fans. Okay, but let's get into very quickly your our short thoughts on the Saints versus Washington game from last week. Let me just ask you some rapid fire questions. What do you make of the Hail Mary at the end of the first half?
Trash.
Moving
no
on.
one covered it. Trash.
Moving on. Speaking of trash, just how trash is Landon Collins in coverage, bro?
He needs to be benched yesterday.
This man right here. Ooh.
Oh!
We're gonna have you on, bro. We're gonna have you on soon. We gotta get you on. We gotta get you on. All talk, bro. All talk. All talk. All right. Next question I want to ask you.
Black. You say you all talk, Jerris.
No, but I appreciate Jerris, Chris, for the support. What do you make of Taylor Heinicke's performance on Sunday?
Up and down. Very, very, very up and down. He needs to realize that he is not Justin Herbert. He is not Josh Allen. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He does not have the arm strength to be throwing these big wild throws he's trying. He should learn from the freaking Bills game. He didn't learn yet. God darn it. Stop throwing these wild passes to get picked off. Why are you throwing the ball? He has to throw anticipation, bro. That's my number one problem. Yeah. He could have hit Terry at least 3 more times if he just throws with anticipation and threw him open. Yeah. Marshawn Lambo now has 6 PBUs about that. I swear. But Taylor gotta be better. Period. That's all I would say. Taylor gotta be better.
I agree here, Em. My dad feels the same way, by the way, about Darryl Green. He's a legend. I agree with you, Tone. Taylor Heinicke, up and down. I mean, who would have thought, right? You know, little old me said last week on this live stream that Taylor Heinicke.
Dad just commented that?
Huh?
Your dad just commented? Is this your pop?
No.
Your pop told you that. Okay.
Yeah.
But your pops was super supportive.
No, Darryl Green. No, what I was trying to say is that who would have thought little old me last week was like, you know what, Taylor Heinicke, he actually doesn't play well against average to above average defenses in this league.
Watch out too.
Like I know he had the Bucks right in the playoffs, but now with some game tape, right? You've seen him against the Giants and the Falcons, absolutely
torched them.
Insane. Torch the defenses, okay, and then we see them against Chargers and the Saints, and
he didn't look half bad in the Chargers game. He didn't look half bad.
I mean, he was there for only 3 quarters, I would say. But yeah,
he looked okay.
That's fair.
He was cool.
But I'm just saying he looks great against bad defenses and
average to below average,
not good against good to above average defense.
He looked horrible in the Bills game. I don't care. No one says the
Bills game might even mention. Yeah.
Horrible. In this game, it was bad.
Yeah. But
noodle arm Taylor. Yeah, say that again. He has a noodle of an arm.
Yeah,
I can profile to the Heinicke. I'm playing.
I will say this. This is the second thing that I was most frustrated about from last Sunday's game against the Saints. How frustrating was it that the rookie first-round linebacker, number 19 overall in the draft, the guy that you picked over Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who a lot of fans, including myself, were pretty kind of unsure about, and you're not trading up for a quarterback. I mean, it is what it is. Although,
that pissed me off.
We'll see about Justin Fields. I'm not one of those people who are high on him. But Jamin Davis, 12 reps on Sunday. Thoughts on that?
Shout out to Tim first while I watched this video. And apparently he wasn't in the game plan, which I find even more asinine than the fact he played 12 freaking snaps. That was awful. Period. The word I have is awful. How do you not have your first round pick involved in the game plan? Why is he not playing? Why do you not trust your first round pick to go out there and make plays? Is Jamin Davis that bad? If he was that bad, that's bad scouting. That's horrible. What are you doing? What are we doing? Like what? What is Jack Del Rio thinking? And he played one linebacker almost the entire game. If he had David Mayo, David freaking Mayo. I almost said this other word so bad. God darn it. David freaking Mayo in the game over Jamin Davis. JDR needs to go, son. I'm team get Jack Del Rio the heck out of here. That's what I'm on. Get him the hell out of here.
Speaking of, man, I laughed so hard when this man said in a press conference, I'm so disappointed in John Gruden. That's Jack Del Rio, Mr. Go look at his Twitter feed if you guys
Twitter
don't know what
fingers.
Jack Del Rio, bro.
He is the NFL's Meek Mill. He don't shut the You know what?
Well, not in terms of politics. Not in terms of politics, bro. He's the NFL's I don't know what
Well,
you want to call him.
I'm talking just
I'm
Twitter.
talking about
I'm talking general Twitter fingers, not
Yeah.
politics. He has Twitter fingers like freaking McMill. He just tweet.
Yeah.
He spammed so many tweets, I had to unfollow him. It was ridiculous.
But what I was trying to get at was Jack Del Rio being so hypocritical and saying, you know what, I don't know, I don't respect John Gruden anymore, when I bet you so much money. Jack Del Rio has said the same things, bro. Same things. With his history. But I agree with you, bro. Jamin Davis. I think a lot of fans forget, he did play well a couple of weeks back. Like he had that big, I think it was a 4th down stop. PFF graded him pretty highly. I just don't know what's been happening with the last couple of weeks, especially with John Bostic going down, how the team's not giving him more reps. He's your first round draft pick at linebacker. Like, come on, guys. You got two former linebackers as coaches here, Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. Come on, guys. Like, speaking of Ron Rivera, we're gonna move rather quickly here. Thoughts on Coach Rivera's comments about not wishing we actually made the playoffs last year at our mediocre record because of the, in my opinion, just bad sky-high expectations some of the fan base and media have had for this team this year.
I want to say a word so bad, Mom, I can't say. Lord, please forgive me for even thinking about this. Ron Rivera sounds like a scary cat. He sounds very, very scary right about now. So you mean to tell me you wish you weren't good last year so you have all your expectations this year? Bro, I know it's a rebuild, right? You spelled the process about making the playoffs. That is on you. You decided to do that. You decided week 4 to bench Dwayne Haskins for Kyle Allen last year because you wanted to win this goddamn division. And then you cry because you won it? And now everyone got to talk on your back? Oh, get the heck out of here. Bull crap. I want to say another word, but you get my point. Bull crap. Miss me with it. I know. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear how you going to win football games, Ron. Ron's playing, right? Ron's playing like a bunch of Ron bull. Get the out of here. Get out of here. I'm bleeping this. I won't say the word. Get out of here.
That was kind of fired. That sounded like I bleeped it myself.
Out of here. This is bull crap. Bro, are you kidding me? When I heard those comments, I said, son, stop what you're doing. Ron, take a chip pill. Drink your Gatorade. Chill out. Lay back. Woosah a little bit. Then come out to the podium. Because you lost your everlasting noggin. Your noggin is gone. I don't know where it is. It's APB out for it. But you need to get together, Ron. This is not you in Carolina. You ain't signing no sucker in Carolina. Where's all this sucker stuff coming from? Pissing me off with this boy. Get out of here, man. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I kind of understood what he's trying to get at, but I think it was more so the media who put the high expectations and the fan. I mean, we cannot, guys, we got to be honest with ourselves. There were people out there who thought we were going to win 10, 11, 12 games this offseason. I was not one of them. I kept saying 8 or 9 wins at best. And I think we're still, we'll see if we get there, but I think it's still, it's still possible. I guess I'm one of the few fans out there who's still a Ron Rivera believer.
I believe in Ron. Don't get me wrong. But that deters you from believing your head coach when you say that.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of the mistakes coaching mistakes that he's had.
When you say stuff like that, like you should be the anchor of the team. You should be sounding much more positive. Like, we could bounce back. Let's do this. Let's not be stressed out. We 2-3, but we're gonna do it. Shoot, we 1-5 last year. We was dead for rot. We was done. I stuck a fork in this last year. Shoot, but you stood through and you fought through it. Where's that tenacity we had last year? Where's it at? Where's that grit? Where's that fight? It's not there. It's like Ron checked out the way he's talking. Can't talk like that, man.
Yeah, especially with this media.
It hurt me hearing that, man. It hurt.
Yeah, especially with this media market for sure. It's not Carolina, bro. We're not in Carolina anymore. Where is it? Okay, yeah, we had the opportunity to draft. I don't know if you know this. I'm in Chicago. Surrounded by Bears fans. I don't know if I believe that yet with Justin Fields. I haven't seen enough from Justin Fields to really crown him. He's played meh at best over these last couple of weeks. I think that he has potential. He has potential, but I don't think the Bears are winning games because of Justin Fields up until now. Maybe that might happen towards the end of the season, but we gotta. I'm still personally
I would say,
yeah,
he has looked better than Andy Dalton.
That's not really saying much, bro.
It's not. I mean, like, he's a legit upgrade. I'm not saying he's like this much better than Andy Dalton. He's like legitimately better than Andy Dalton by at least 15-20% better than Andy Dalton.
Okay.
I mean, that's not saying much right now. I agree with that, but he is a little raw too, though. He's not a super polished passer coming out of school either. So we'll take a wait and see approach with Justin. I ain't love Justin either. I like Justin, but I ain't love Justin either. So I give it a shot for sure.
I don't know if Tony, you still believe this. I still believe Zach Wilson is. I know he has had some dud games to start the season. But I think he had the best game out of any rookie quarterback this season. That one game a couple of weeks ago. I forgot the team that he was playing, but he had like 279 yards, a couple touchdowns. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I think that was the best game out of any rookie quarterback.
They only win. Yeah, that was the best rookie performance of the season. Yeah, because Trevor Lawrence looked mad all season.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look great. Trey Lance is just starting now, so we don't really know where Trey Lance is. Mm-hmm. And Justin has looked okay, and Mac Jones has looked okay. Like, Mac Jones doesn't look great. That was a solid performance against the Bucs, but you only scored 17 points, so that's that.
and we're, like, these comments are amazing. Appreciate you for the support and for keeping the questions going, or comments going. But stop. Alex Smith, former number 1 pick. Yes, that is correct, factually.
Number 1 pick.
But that's not why we had a chance last year. A lot of people forget. Everybody keeps saying, Alex Smith did not turn the ball over. Like, that's why he kept us in games. That's why we won so many games with him at core. Last year, he was actually turning the ball over.
Yes,
turning the ball over.
Yeah, he was.
As a check down quarterback, bro. Like, if you're one great trait, the best trait of all is to not turn the ball over, and you start doing that last year. I don't know if we're winning because
he took more chances last year, especially that Giants game. He took a bunch more. He threw a lot more dangerous passes last year.
Bro, you're telling me that pass against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving against Jalen Smith was that a dangerous?
That was just bad.
No, he was just not throwing the ball well. Like,
yeah, he wasn't throwing the ball well. But what I'm saying was,
I'll give you that.
Especially the Giants
that game.
The Giants game, he threw the double coverage pass to JD. That I don't know what he was thinking on that. The Eagles interceptions, both of them were horrible. He threw some nasty picks. But a couple of them was, I'm trying to squeeze his ball, so I ain't supposed to squeeze his football team. And then that's what it was. A couple.
See, I think the difference between Taylor Heinicke and Alex. Well, let me say this: the difference between Taylor Heinicke and a 2020 Alex Smith is that Taylor Heinicke can win you games. Alex Smith will not let you lose some games. Yeah. I know that might be a little confusing, but trust me, it makes sense.
Not confusing me.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying
I get what you're saying. Taylor Heinicke will make enough plays to win, and Alex is going to game manage enough for you to not to lose the game. And so other unit.
Well, last year that wasn't always the case.
And step up. Another unit step up and finish the job. He's going to game manage most of the time. He played well against the Lions. He played well in that game. Played well against the Steelers. He had some good games, but when Alex was good, he was solid. He was bad. Yeah. Very bad. But no. That what you expect the guy come off having one leg, man? Like,
yeah.
I thought it'd be worse. I need to be honest. I thought it'd be worse. 7 touchdowns and 7 picks. 5-1 record as a starter. I mean, I expected worse. I expected like 0-6 and like 12 picks. Like, I expected bad.
It helps when you're playing against some of the worst quarterbacks in the league, like Nick Mullins. That's why our defense, I was saying all season, pretty fluky. Nick Mullins, what's his name? Ben DiNucci. Andy Dalton, and a washed up Andy Dalton at that point. I mean, the list goes on and on.
A bad Big Ben too. Don't forget about that.
Well,
most fraudulent.
Well, they were
11-0 team ever, Natty. Don't cap on this camera. They were the most fraudulent 11-0 team.
But at the same time, people forget Big Ben was actually playing pretty well for the first 8 weeks of that season. Like he was
at that point when we played them, he was pretty much washed.
But remember, Tone, like before that 3 to 4 game stretch where they looked beatable, right? Remember they almost lost to the Ravens. I think
Cowboys
yes. Before that stretch, they looked pretty unbeatable. They looked pretty unbeatable. That's why they got to like 7-0, 8-0. And I think Big Ben played a huge part in that happening. So I wouldn't say. I think now he's definitely washed up. But I think at that point, I don't think he was unless he's playing against the Washington defense, then he won't look washed up anymore. He'll probably look like a prime Tom Brady. But next question I want to ask you. Let's do this rather quickly because I think a lot of people are tired with this topic, but I think it's still needs to be talked about a little bit. Thoughts on the John Gruden situation in Vegas and connections to good old Brucifer Allen and what are your thoughts on all that went down earlier this week?
Brucifer. Good one, Natty. You're a funny guy.
I'm not the only one though. I didn't originate. I wish I did, but I didn't. I wasn't the one who started that.
Who started that? That's hilarious.
No, I wasn't the one who started that.
That was whoever started. Is a hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Brucifer. That's funny.
Yeah.
He is like some type of reincarnation of Satan or something. He scared me. But another topic.
I don't think he's the devil, but he's a snake. He's a snake. That's what he is.
He's definitely a snake in the grass. That is for sure.
Yes.
Get those snakes off my plane. As my boy Carlos said. But so John Gruden is a moron. He's racist and homophobic. That is all.
Sexist against sexist, xenophobic as well.
Yeah, he's a sick puppy, man. John Gruden, a sick puppy, man.
And then like a lot of people are saying, guys, like these are private conversations. We should. So 1, he's a leader of men. 2, he's sending these emails to someone with a company email. Company email. Right? It's different if obviously it's all bad. But like I think it would be a completely different situation. It probably wouldn't be brought to light if you're doing, text messages with friends and stuff and all that. Like this man's literally sent emails to Bruce Allen when Bruce Allen had a company email at Redskins.com. That's like the number one, like one of the biggest rules. And like any employer, like
I was surprised they come out earlier for real. Like
that's so stupid.
That's surprised it takes for to come out for real. Like, but another thing that kind of disappointing about the whole John Gruden thing. I get the whole you shouldn't be emailing this and public email all that crap, but everything that is in the darkness will eventually come into light. I don't care what the heck it is. And
I don't agree with that. If it's a text message,
almost everything. I would say 98% of things that are in the darkness come to light.
Let's add the caveat when you're at that level. Like when you're at
that level,
like the media, like people know who you are. Yeah.
With that level of stature, especially that level, it's like, bro, you shouldn't be emailing these things to people. It's some cost in audio. I at that point in 2011, even the iPhone 4 had audio messaging. You could set an audio and deleted it and moved on with your life. And no one would. Now that you would never find out because the audio, someone has to play the audio and all that. I don't think Bruce Allen doing that to expose somebody. So you would have got away with it if you sent text messages, delete the bread, you probably good. But you, Mr. Gruden, you want to email people in public emails and don't delete breads. We got you, buddy. Caught you slipping. Hey, you will never have a job again.
Outlaw King. You can't seem to stay out of the media.
No more free money for him. I'll tell you that.
Yep. Okay, moving on a little bit. What do you make of the Cornelius Elder pickup by the Washington football team at cornerback off the Carolina Panthers practice squad from earlier in the week? It feels like this happened months ago with everything that's happened this week when it comes to the Washington football team, but we did pick up a cornerback off the practice squad. I mean, do you think that says something about our cornerback depth right now? And are you worried about our cornerback room?
Oh, I'm worried is an understatement. They've been playing like total trash. They've been playing like butt cheeks. They've been playing some cold garbage. I don't think this helps. I think just an extra body just get somewhere to get hurt. I am worried about the depth though because Derek Roberts is hurt. Torrey McIntyre towards ACL. So it's like, yeah, you might want to pick up extra because we don't want to see Trapke on the field. We don't want to see him on the field at all. So, that being said,
except when it's on special teams.
Except special teams. I mean,
so I think we have one of the best.
Defensive snaps. I don't want to see him playing cornerback. Very good. Yeah. I don't want him playing corner.
See you later, Em.
Good job.
Thank you for joining, bro.
But yeah, I don't want to see Trapke on the field as a cornerback. So I mean, it's cool. He's better than Troy Apke. I think it's fine. I'm not impressed with him. I saw a little bit of film and I was like, okay, he's another body. Yes, cool, whatever. Yeah.
Boring moves. I mean, I feel like his boring moves have been his best ones though, and his high profile moves have been his worst ones. Like signing Kendall Fuller, bro. Kendall Fuller has been such a disappointment since that first. Remember that 4-5 week stretch when he had like 4 picks? He was Trayvon Diggs before Trayvon Diggs was a thing, bro, and was racking up picks. And also the difference between him and Trayvon Diggs this year, and I don't know why people think Trayvon Diggs is like an MVP candidate or anything, but the difference between Trayvon Diggs this year and Kendall Fuller last year, Kendall Fuller was racking up the picks, but also he was elite in coverage in those 5 games. I don't know if you remember, PFF had him as like a top 5 cornerback in the league in terms of coverage. Right?
At one point, he was allowing a 45% completion percentage.
Sometimes, a lot of the times in this league, you either have guys who catch a lot of interceptions or guys who are good at coverage. Usually they don't go together. Xavier Howard last year was one of those guys who went together for, right? That's why he was a defensive player of the year candidate. In my opinion, should have won it. But usually the case being like it's one or the other, right? Yeah. Kendall Fuller last year, it was both for a good 5-game stretch, and then things just started to go downhill.
It was the Lions game.
Trayvon Diggs this year, he's giving up a lot of yards in coverage.
Last year, when he got burnt by Marvin Hall, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, things started to go downhill quickly. And
once he got burnt by Marvin Hall, that was a turning point. Everything just started going left. I don't know why.
And now it's crazy, man. We're paying him. I hate to say he's a Hokie. He's from Maryland. Like he's DMV through and through, but paying him what, $11 million a year, like, and
10 to get cooked, yes, to get deep fried.
Like I still believe in William Jackson III. Maybe some fans don't, but I still believe in him.
I think
he just needs to be used more, man.
Situations like
he needs to be used more, man.
Landon Collins, what the heck do you expect? And not playing man, so it's like he's expecting that safety help when someone leaves his zone. He's not gonna go from zone to man because someone else can come in his zone and make a big play. Y'all blame him for that. So he's like, I'm not leaving my zone to someone else to cook in my zone, and then I'm getting blamed for that. So I'm gonna let someone go press my zone with my safety help. Oh, it's Landon Collins. Never mind, we're screwed.
And then with the boring moves point, like meanwhile, J.D. McKissick, Logan Thomas were super boring moves when we signed them, and look, they've been arguably the most valuable players on this team since we got them. Especially J.D. McKissick, bro, still one of the most underrated running backs in this league, bro.
Still, I love me some JD. That's my boy. That's my dog right there. I love me some JD.
Outlaw Kings, it seems like the defense forgot how to play defense. I mean, you talked about this earlier, Tone, with Jack Del Rio, and scheming up terrible performance after terrible performance. Landon Collins, bro. I posted this on a tweet. I don't know if you saw this, like during the game, or it was like right after the game last week. I think we need to have more of this conversation. I think Landon Collins could potentially go down as one of the worst safeties in this franchise's history, which people, I don't know if you think that's an overstatement, but I think with his performance over the last 2.5, he had one good performance. That was the game that he got injured last year. I don't know if you remember. He was great in coverage, run stopping, all that.
He was starting to click him into his Achilles. It was just starting to click, and I said, dang it. 2019 wasn't half bad for Landon, though. 2019 was not bad.
2019? When we went 3-13, this was one of the reasons.
No. I'm saying Landon's individual performance. Landon individually.
I disagree with you on that one. Sorry.
That wasn't a bad season. Now, it wasn't good. No. It was average. Dude had about 110 tackles for a safety slot tackles. Now in coverage, he was bad. Yes, he was bad. But unlike Jack Del Rio, who was our defensive coordinator in 2019?
Yeah.
Who was our defensive coordinator? I don't know who was our defensive coordinator in 2019. But whoever it was, they actually was blitzing Landon Collins. It was actually working. They actually blitzed this man, and it actually worked. Dude had like 2.5 sacks. It was actually working. They blitzed him in run support, and it was actually working. Jack Del Rio is making this man a free safety. He's playing the deep third of the field. Dude runs a 4.8 40. I probably run faster than Landon Collins. What are you doing? Are you an idiot? Are you trying to tank? What are we doing? Why is William Jackson and Kittleford not playing man coverage? Why? Why are they playing 15 yards on the ball on 3rd and 5? What are they doing? Gosh, bro. I mean, you don't blitz. I mean, because you're scared of safety help. But play better safeties. There are better free safeties on the roster than Landon Collins. You could play Cameron Curry at free safety. You could play DeShazer Everett. You could call Jeremy Reeves. Go give him a call. He had like an 85 PFF grade last year. Go give him a call. Oh, you can actually play everyone that's on the roster beside Bobby McCain and Landon Collins at free safety. But guess what? You continue to do. Play Bobby McCain and Landon freaking Collins. The end. Jack Del Rio's trash. He even needs to fix this crap, or he need to get the heck out of here. He can go to the Raiders. Go have fun. Go have fun with Derek Carr. Get off my team. You're horrible. The defensive coordinator in 2019 is better than this man this year. Jack Del Rio was bad last year too, and people fail to realize that. And the only reason he got bailed out because he played bad quarterbacks and bad offenses. He got bailed out last year because his game plans were bad then too. Look at the Cleveland game. He never put 8 men in the box one daggone time, and they ran the football down our throat like they stole something. The Rams went play action, and everyone bit play action fake. Knowing Sean McVay is a former offensive coordinator of the Washington football team. You should know Sean McVay enough to know to stop biting on play action. Get Jack the heck out of here.
And with that, I do want to shout out Sports Talk Chicago, John, bro. He's on his way to 3,000 subs. Get him, guys, there. Has been there from the very beginning. Is a very good content creator, podcaster. The whole works out here in Chicago. So shout out to John for joining, bro.
I'm gonna sub him up for sure.
For sure. Outlaw King, Landon Collins. Yeah, he did. Says he models his game after Sean Taylor. I mean, a lot of players say that. I'm not gonna hate on him for doing that, but there's only one Sean Taylor. There's only one guy who can have those sort of athletic attributes and also have that kind of football IQ. So again, I don't blame Landon Collins for I wouldn't say idolize for respecting him or aspiring to be Sean Taylor in this league. But I do kind of I'm mad that this guy was this close to getting number 21, and a lot of fans wanted. I was in the boat that nobody should ever touch 21 from the very beginning. And there are actual fans who were like, you know what, if he loves him that much, if Dan Snyder gave him the jersey, the last jersey, the last playing jersey.
At first, Daddy, I was like, you didn't retire it yet. I mean, if you're gonna give it to him, I mean, it's on you. But now I was like, this is Sean we're talking about. I can't do this. That's crazy as hell. We can't have this number. He been with 20. He been with 19 or something. Oh yeah.
Now it's 26. Yeah,
26. You know what I'm saying? Can't wear 28. That's dead.
Yeah.
I think AP want to wear 28.
Aren't the only jerseys retired Bobby Mitchell and Sammy Baugh? I'm pretty sure those were the only two. That is actually insane. That's another thing we didn't talk about enough. Why has it taken this long to retire all these jerseys, bro?
Why is the jersey not retired yet? I didn't think about
only those 2 jerseys. That's why this is like exclusive club. Yeah. Darryl Green, bro, the best player in this organization's history, in a lot of people's eyes, even in the media's eyes.
He is so loyal to this daggone organization. Yeah. And they didn't retire his number yet.
It's all these numbers you can think of, 44, 20, they're unofficially retired, which in my opinion, what does that mean? Yeah.
7
was unofficially retired, and then
they let I don't talk
I'm
about
not bringing up his name. I'm just saying it was worn last year by a particular
Because Joe
quarterback.
Donovan deserves to get cursed out for that foolishness. Should never get that boy that daggone number.
Yeah, rookie too. Didn't even earn it.
Rookie.
But next
Trash.
question I want to ask you, bro. We got to keep this moving very quickly. This is the last question I'm going to ask you before getting into the. I'm going to ask you two questions. Two questions before the matchup preview. Very quickly, what do you make of rookie Samuel Cosby's play to start the season?
Great. Impressive. The PFF grade matches the film. He's great in the run game. Pass blocking could use a little work. Again, gets a little, doesn't anchor down as much as I like. Yeah. But he's solid. I like Samuel Cosby. He's probably our best draft pick right now. Arguably. And I think it's not close. Matter of fact, he is. It's not close. It's not close. They're not playing Jamin Davis enough. Ben St. Juste has moments, but he's been getting picked on a little bit. Diami's hurt right now, and he's not been playing great. I don't think Diami's ready for that role they put him in. And the rest of the guys have been Jags. So, and where's John Bates at? But no talking for that. He's been our best draft pick. That's all.
Yep, I agree. Hot take here, maybe like burning hot take here. But I think in Ron Rivera's tenure here in Washington, he's playing. I would put him and Antonio Gibson as the two best in terms of how they're playing right now, right? Obviously, Chase Young is going to be. I think he's still going to be a star down the line. But in terms of performance in 2021, I think those are the two best performing draft picks in the Ron Rivera era in DC thus far. I think it's Antonio Gibson and Samuel Cosby.
I can't disagree with that take.
Although again, people are like, Chase Young.
But
he's gonna get there. He's gonna get there. But right now,
he's in the Jay Gruden era. All the other guys that are playing well are Jay Gruden picks and not Ron Rivera picks. So out of his 2 years of draft picks, the best ones who are playing right now today are definitely Gibson and Cosby.
Speaking of Chase Young, give me your top 5 players in the Washington football team right now. Also Santiago, this is what I was laughing to earlier. Man, that's gonna be sad. That is going to be sad. This comment right here, bro. I didn't even think about that enough, but yeah, that
Landon better not play Sunday. Please bench him for goodness sakes. But
please, yes, go ahead. Now top 5 players.
Number 5, Montez Sweat. Dude has 3 sacks already. He's been solid in the run game. He's actually been consistent on other people who will talk about Chase Young. And he's been average. He's been what
as advertised. Yep.
For seriously. Number 4. Gotta put Gibby 4. Gibby's been incredible. Gibby is Gibby. We know what Antonio Gibson is. Dude needs more touches. Give him the football more. Period. Number 3, Jonathan Allen. I was completely wrong about John Allen. I do have to give a double O, as Louis T would say. Natty, you were correct. He's our best interior defensive lineman. I will agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah. Well, I won't say it's a draw because number 2.
That's not a draw, bro. It's not a draw.
Number 2.
He's one of the best. If not the best interior. Outside of Aaron Donald and maybe Chris Jones, even though the Chiefs defense hasn't been that good, or Forrest Buckner up there in Indy. There's maybe 3 or 4 guys that are better interior defensive linemen than Jonathan Allen right now in the entire league. It's not disputable, bro. He's the real deal. I am so
this year. I will have to agree with you this year. This year, especially, I will have to agree with you. I will give you that. Yeah. Number 2, Brandon Sheriff. All pro. We know what Brandon Sheriff is.
Respect for you for actually respecting him. Unlike the guy who was streaming with last night, Mr. Corey from On the Warpath, never gives Brandon Sheriff his respect. Instead, gives Morgan Moses his respect over Brandon Sheriff, man.
I love Sheriff, man. Sheriff is great in the run game. He's a great anchor in the passing game. Hope we can retain him next year. That would be great. He's a great leader. Now, hold on. At the right price. At the right price.
No, I agree with you. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
If it's $20 million, nope.
18 even. Nope.
If it matches the tag, I actually wouldn't mind that. only because it matched the tag. Anything above the tag, I have a problem. And it's H-E-double-L, heck no. It's heck no to the H-E-double-L no. No. Number one, we know the best player on this daggone team is Terry McLaurin.
There you go.
It's Terry freaking
Undisputed.
McLaurin.
Remember, bro, when we were saying that in the offseason, everybody was like, what? It has to be Chase Young, bro. It has to be Chase Young. Like, come on, man. He had a defensive rookie of the year performance. I mean, the entire media world is talking about him around the world. It's like, it's undisputed.
Terry needs to get more credit.
Some people in this chat and this DMV family knew what's up. And
Terry needs to get more credit, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. The man wasn't a top 100 player. That's ridiculous. People saying he's not a top 15 receiver. I'm like, bro. I have a group chat with my friends. Hear me out, bro.
I had to talk with one of my friends, yeah.
Bro, they named their top 15 receivers, bro. And none of them put Terry McLaurin. None of them. He's not a top 15 receiver. He's not a top 20 wide receiver in football. Bro, he has to be top 15
Colby's and Corey Davis.
Like, people will put Corey Davis over this man. People will put Jamar Chase over this man. He's a rookie. He ain't proved himself yet. I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about, bro? This man had a 1,200-yard season down there with 4 different quarterbacks. And the year before that, he had 3, and he had 912 yards and played 14 games. What are we talking about? Dude was a certified dog. Put the stamp next to him.
Yeah.
Watch. Terry will get 1,200 yards this year with 3 different freaking quarterbacks. I hope not. I hope it's just Heineke and the Fitzpatrick for 1 game. But God forbid if Taylor Heineke gets hurt or whatever, and it's Kyle Allen. He's going to get 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. We're going to put respect on Terry McLaurin's name, okay? He better get paid this offseason. Period.
Yeah, I agree, man. Just give him a blank check, bro. I'm so glad. I'm just glad the way that I'm picking jerseys to buy, bro. I'm like Ryan Kerrigan. I bought it like 8 years ago and got to wear it for until this past year, right? So like, very good. And then Terry McLaurin was the next jersey I bought, bro. I think Terry McLaurin, bro, and it was a Redskins jersey too, which I think is going to be even more valuable down the line.
Yeah, found one.
Yeah, I bought one. Yeah, this is actually after the name change. No. So I ordered it before, like right before the name change. Right, I ordered the jersey. So I didn't know the name was going to change. Nobody knew at that point. But I ordered it, and then the name change happened, and I had the decision because I think it was within a month after the purchase. I had the decision, or I was given the option where I could decide that I did not want the jersey anymore, right, and get like a refund because this was, remember, the month after, right? You get 30 days after you buy a jersey to return it or not, whatever. I was given the option to either return the jersey and get a Washington football team Terry McLaurin jersey, or just keep the Redskins jersey and just keep it, right? I went with the second option because I knew, one, it's going to be super valuable down the line. Hopefully this player stays with our franchise for a long time. And 2, I was like, you know what? I already bought it. So I was kind of lazy too, but no, I think the first point was the biggest point. Like, I think it's gonna be very valuable. But
Redskins, Terry McLaurin jersey.
Yeah.
I want one so bad. And I don't even buy jerseys, bro. I swear to God, bro.
I don't even literally 2 jerseys in the last 12 years, bro.
I have 2. They're not even athletic jerseys. I have a Nipsey Hussle Long Live King Nip, and I have a Michael Jordan dunk from the Bears.
Nipsey Hussle was Eritrean too. So like, and also a rapper I like, right? But like, yes, R.I.P. Nip, R.I.P. Hermes, but yeah. But
I want one. Oh my gosh, now you lucky. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm sick. I can't find one to save my life.
Also, keep in mind, I could have got a Chase Young jersey, but I was like, nope, I'm getting a Terry jersey.
I love Chase, but no.
Yeah, I think
Terry enough. It's Terry enough for me, bro.
All right, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna give you 6-ish players. Let me give you number 6 because I think this is actually might be the most interesting player that I have. Like, I guess top 6 players on this team. 6, believe it or not, Samuel Cosby is my 6th best player on this team right now. Way he's playing,
I'm not shocked.
One of the best right tackles in this league right now.
You think I'm shocked? I'm not shocked.
Maybe not you,
I'm
but
not shocked at all.
So let me let me give you my top 5 now. So 5, very quickly, because we have to get through the matchup. 5A and 5B, Brandon Sheriff and Antonio Gibson. I have them tied. I cannot decide one over the other because of the guys that I have above them at this point. 4, we've been some of the most honest content creators in this community when it comes to Chase Young over the last 2 years. But I still have to give him his credit. He's still, in my opinion, a top 5 player on this team. He's just number 4 in my opinion. Number 3 is Montez Sweat. Number two is my guy, the guy that I was bashed for throughout this. Well, I wouldn't say bashed, but people were talking throughout the offseason, like, why did I rank Jonathan Allen so high? Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, he has what, like an abysmal 2.5 sacks last year or whatever. Like, come on, bro. His best season was 3 years ago. What are you talking about? Kept saying Jonathan Allen is the best defensive lineman on this team. And Jonathan Allen is my number 2 guy. I'm so happy that he is absolutely showing up this season, to start the season at least. And number 1 is Terry McLaurin. I mean, that's we don't even need to discuss it anymore. Yeah, we need to get a legitimate quarterback for sure. Claire Chesson, thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. We need to get a legitimate quarterback for sure. We cannot waste Terry McLaurin's career here in DC. Upcoming matchup preview, bro. We got to get through this. We got to get through this very quickly. Washington versus Kansas City. Which defense do you think is actually playing worse right now? Washington or Kansas City?
Kansas City, for sure.
Okay. Do you think
Washington shows flashes?
Which defense do you think is going to get right this week? Which more likely to get right, Washington defense or the Kansas City defense?
Surprising. I'm going to say the Washington defense. Patrick Mahomes been turning the ball over a little more than usual. It's a little weird. And I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to play. So I'm going to say Washington by a hair.
Well,
it's close.
Is that a late injury, Tyreek Hill?
He has a quad strain. I don't think he's going to play.
That's a big one.
He's DNP yesterday and today. So he doesn't practice tomorrow. Don't think he's playing.
I don't know if you saw last night's stream with Corey Bro, but I said the biggest key to this game is holding Tyreek Hill to under 90 yards receiving. I think that's going to give us a good, at least an okay chance to win this game. And if he doesn't play, I wouldn't be surprised if McCole Hardman goes crazy against this team or Pringle, one of their other receivers. But honestly, I think Tyreek Hill being out might be – it might move our chances from winning this game. We'll talk about this a little bit later. And by a little bit later, I mean like in 2 minutes. But it might move our chances from winning this game from like 5% to maybe like 20%, honestly, if Tyreek Hill is not there. Or maybe even 25. I'll be generous. But I said that kind of tongue-in-cheek. But will Washington be able – let's say Tyreek Hill plays. Will Washington be able to contain one of – maybe not all three. Definitely not all three. But one of Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce this weekend?
No. Excuse my French, Natty. Hell no.
There you go. Short and sweet. Perfect. Will Terry be able to feast against this Chiefs secondary and potentially go over 100 yards receiving this week?
He's going to destroy this secondary. 10 catches, 142 tubs. Destroy.
10 catches, 142 tubs is what you said.
Destroy. No one will smoke with Terry one-on-one. They might have to triple team that man.
I got it being maybe 8-9 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. So we're not that far off. But I think, I agree with you. He should have a pretty good game. He needs to have a good game for this team to even have a chance. I don't know what's going on with Curtis Samuel. I think that storyline has just been like under the rug after everything that's happened this week.
Put him on season-ending IR. I don't want to hear no more Curtis Samuel for us this season. Just get him prepared for the 2022 season. So watch.
I don't know, man. That's kind of like punting on the season.
I'm not saying punt. I'm punting on him. I don't think he's 100%.
That's my point.
I don't think he's going to be 100%.
If we punt on Curtis Samuel, we're pretty much punting on the season because of the fact that our defense is not right, and I don't think it's going to get better than average at best over the course of this next stretch. And then you also have to factor in like the offense is what's carrying us to wins, right? And Terry McLaurin, he's a great receiver. He's top 10 receiver, undoubtedly in my opinion. But he can't lead us to wins every single week, bro. Like one guy. We need Curtis Samuel. We need a threat like Curtis Samuel. We saw. Remember the
We
Falcons
need
game,
Logan
bro?
Thomas back too.
How elite this offense was looking against. Even though Atlanta has a terrible defense, it still looked much better in my opinion with Curtis Samuel. He was their third down guy. He was the guy that was getting. Remember, Adam Humphries was supposed to be that guy in the preseason. You remember all that talk? Oh, we brought him here because he's going to be that 3rd and 5 guy. He's always going to be there. We saw a little bit of that in the preseason, so it was good. But in the regular season, none of that. Curtis Samuel actually was that.
We only saw one time in the Giants game. He had 7 catches in the Giants game. Yeah. He had a couple big catches last week in the Saints game. 3 catches, 73 yards. Hump wasn't bad last week.
Yeah.
Now, but especially for Diami there and no Logan Thomas, and you're gonna want Curtis Samuel back. But what I'm saying is, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And if Curtis ain't right, Curtis ain't right.
Okay.
You don't want him to go from tearing a groin to tear his other groin, man. He's gone for next season. When you sitting there, he got 2 torn groins, can barely walk. Like you don't want that. Do you want? I'm gonna have a video about the curse of number 10, but God darn it, everybody wants number 10. What the freak? God dang.
Yeah.
DAMN! Exclamation mark.
Kendrick, is that you? Second and last point that I want to ask you. Second last question. How big of a game do you think our guy Gibby will have on Sunday?
Start him in fantasy. He's going to eat. I don't think he'll get 100 yards rushing, but I do have him having 120 all-purpose yards and a touchdown. I think he's going to have a really solid game. He's going to do enough to open up play action for Taylor and allow Taylor to have opportunities down the field. And I do expect Diami to be back this week. So I think it would I think the more weapons we have on offense, the less guys that got put in the box. And I don't think Chris Jones is playing either. So that allows you to run the football a lot easier. We saw what the Bills did last week. And Devin Singletary is no Antonio Gibson. And neither is Zach Moss. They're solid. They are no Antonio Gibson. He's going to eat. Him and JD going to have a good old field day.
I lied. Sorry about this. But this is the second to last question. What about Taylor Heineke? Give me a stat line for Taylor Heineke this Sunday.
Ooh, that's a good question. 27 of 40, 250, 3 T's, 1 pick.
Okay. I got completions, attempts, pretty even there. I agree with you. Yards, I would say 280, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception as well, because he's always in for a turnover a game. I say that. He's like Steven Sims from last year. I was saying Steven Sims is a turnover a game guy, bro. Like whether it be a drop, a muff punt, or a fumble as a receiver. I think he's going to get 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and then 1 rushing touchdown as well. So 3 touchdowns total like you. Last question I want to ask you. Of course, this is the biggest one. I've been waiting all week for this. Final game and score prediction for this matchup. And it looks like Clary agrees with you on the Curtis shutting down point.
You said final score prediction? This is going to sound nasty. Don't get mad at me, y'all.
I'm not. I don't know.
51-37, Kansas City.
That's a lot of no defense.
They're going to put 50 on our head. I'm going to keep saying this until it happens or it doesn't
Get
happen.
right game for sure, right? For that offense.
Yeah, for sure. Get right game for both offenses. But I just think they had a better quarterback. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. I think we have pretty much the same margin. I just have it being 38. What is it? 38-23. Yep, 38-23 is what I predicted. I think Washington's going to be able to put up some points, but Kansas City's offense is going to be too much with or without Tyreek Hill. Although there's always I'm always going to throw this out there. There's always the possibility for an upset, especially on a day where now it's going to be Sean Taylor Day, pretty much, right? Like you got to realize that does provide some spark at least. Maybe not a quantifiable spark, but that provides some spark for that defense. And maybe Landon Collins might actually play mediocre instead of terrible. That defense might be ready to go. So there's always that possibility. But right now, I got it being 38-23. And if I'm wrong, bro, if we're both wrong, we're going to be ecstatic. We're going to be ecstatic. And the game, like, is closer. Or if we win, bro, we're going to be on here next week. And, well, I mean, post-game reaction for both of us. But then, like, the streams and everything over the course of next week are going to be insane. We're going to enjoy it. But these are our predictions right now. We are realistic content creators on this channel. With that being said, or on this channel, in this YouTube community, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the DMV Sports Zone channel. We try to post fire content on here as much as possible. Also, go follow our Twitter page at DMV Sports Zone, Instagram page, all lowercase DMV Sports Zone. Post fire content on there as much as possible. Abdullah had his reaction to the Sean Taylor retirement announcement. Yeah, I know Tony is about to get to work on that one. I'm sorry for holding you over on that. And I got you probably knew this was coming. I got a Kyrie Irving video soon to come. So thank you guys so much for watching.
I thought I might do one.
Oh, do you want to plug anything, by the way? I should ask you this first.
Please subscribe to me at the Protech Sports Network if you have not done so. Road to 2K, please do so. Also follow me on Instagram at Protech Sports Network 428 and Twitter at Protech Sports 42. So that's all my social media stuff.
With that being said, have a great rest of your Thursday evening, great weekend. Hopefully we can catch this dub on Washington, which nobody's expecting. But yeah, let's go.
Upset 2021. Let's go.
We had the upset last year. We had the upset of the year last year.